The vote on the Universal Credit and PIP bill this week was supposed to be a turning point, a moment when a panicked government appeared to pull back from devastating disability benefit cuts. But that victory may have been largely symbolic. I'm Mike Sivier from Vox Political. Let me explain. The clause about personal independence payment, PIP, eligibility, wasn't scrapped in the second reading vote, despite what Disabilities Minister Stephen Timms said. It is still there in the bill, just dressed in new language and procedural caveats. Ministers now say they'll remove it at the committee stage, but they haven't yet. And even if they do, the problem runs deeper. See, the amendments published today, July 2nd, 2025, reveal the government's true intention to create a legal pathway that still allows benefit cuts to go ahead so long as certain consultation and review boxes are ticked. By that, I mean they want to be able to say that disability organisations and charities have been consulted and that a review has taken place. There seems to be no intention to include the recommendations of such exercises in either current or future legislation. That is not good enough. Here's what has to happen now. Number 1, strip out the spin and rewrite the bill in plain law. The government's own amendment says changes won't come into force until after the so-called Timms review. But this is not the same as removing those changes. The new version of the bill still allows massive changes to eligibility rules. It still creates a two-tier system for disabled people based on when they applied, and it still enables cuts for future claimants even as current claimants are protected. If MPs let this bill pass on the basis of process promises alone, they are giving the government carte blanche to inflict any injustice it pleases on disabled benefit claimants. The solution is that amendments at committee stage must completely remove any powers to change PIP eligibility without fresh legislation. They must require binding parliamentary votes on the review's findings before any implementation. They must enshrine protections for both current and future claimants in law. Number 2, rebuild trust. That means replacing the reviewer. Stephen Timms may have earned trust in the past, but for many disabled people and campaigners, that trust is now gone. For me, it evaporated when he responded to my letter showing that past welfare reforms had led directly to deaths, increased poverty, and caused mental health deterioration on a horrifying scale, with a boilerplate mass communication that did not answer any of the concerns I had raised and was clearly written to placate rebel Labour MPs. Then, of course, he lied to Parliament. Timms tried to rubbish the accusation that the government is creating a two-tier benefit system by saying two-tier systems are perfectly normal in social security. He said PIP replaced DLA in 2013, but 500,000 adults are still on DLA today, and that does not cause problems. Parallel running is normal, and actually it is often the fairest way to make a major change. But PIP replacing DLA was deeply unfair and was intended to be by the Tories who devised it. PIP was introduced as a cutting measure. If Timms thinks the PIP-DLA transition is a model to copy, he's endorsing a system that kicked hundreds of thousands of disabled people off support and made many more go through degrading, damaging reassessments. That's not normal. It's a warning. Oh, and suggesting that the current two-tier system between PIP and DLA does not cause problems is also false. The switch to PIP caused people to lose essential support and become dependent on food banks or fall into rent arrears. Suggesting otherwise ignores a decade of criticism, tribunal backlogs, and evidence of serious harm. And then I received a copy of an open letter from Swansea DPAC today, Disabled People Against Cuts. Backed by 150 plus individuals and organisations, it is damning. It accuses Timms of ignoring complaints about an inaccessible consultation in Wales, failing to meet with grassroots groups raising urgent concerns, misrepresenting the nature of changes in the bill to MPs and the public. If co-production is to be meaningful, disabled people must help select who leads the review and how it is run. That means replacing Timms with a panel of disability experts and representatives, appointing a joint independent chair with agreement from DPOs, that's disabled people's organisations, committing to regional events with proper access, notice and expenses support for disabled people and carers to attend. Number 3, close the two-tier loophole for good. The amended bill says the health element of UC will rise with inflation for current seriously ill and terminal claimants, but not for everyone. This risks creating a deserving versus undeserving sick system, splitting disabled people into pre- and post-reform tiers. MPs must ban any benefit structure that differentiates eligibility by application date. They must require an equality test for any new rules that ensures consistency, fairness, and legal accountability. And they must protect children moving from DLA to PIP and their carers from being penalised under new rules. Number 4, force real impact assessments before any vote. So far, the government has hidden the likely human cost of these changes. Any further progress of the bill should be conditional on full public impact assessments, including regional breakdowns, poverty risk, effects on carers, and demand on health and social care. Publication of all consultation responses, not just summaries. Statutory requirements for impact assessments before any future benefit rule changes. 5. No cuts without co-production. This principle must be the baseline from now on. No eligibility changes for disability benefits without genuine co-production, and no implementation without a binding vote in Parliament. The current plan remains top-down, rushed, and fundamentally untrustworthy. Disabled people have said clearly, start again, involve us, be honest. This is the moment to draw a line. The debate and vote on this bill has been described as a retreat. It is not. It is a roadmap to future cuts, but with more paperwork attached. MPs who believed they had secured real change must now insist on concrete amendments at committee stage. Anything less is complicity in a betrayal. If the government wants cross-party support, it must remove Clause 5 entirely, replace Timms, and guarantee no changes without co-produced, publicly endorsed plans. Disabled people don't need promises. They need protection in the law, not in headlines. I've been Mike Sivyer, and it's time to buy me that coffee now. Donate more than £20 and I'll give you a free copy of my reissued first book, Strong Words in Hard Times. There will be a new book offer soon. Subscribe to the video mailing list, like and comment on this video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you do all that, you'll be helping keep this channel alive, and then you'll be able to see me in the next one.